Good morning, this is Bob Mason from FX Empire. It's the 13th of July and welcome to another weekly crypto tech review. We'll be looking at Bitcoin and Cardano's ADA, which was another trailblazing week, rallying by close to 30% to mark a fourth consecutive weekly gain. We'll be looking at MACDs, EMAs, support, resistance and pivot levels. Having a look at Bitcoin against the dollar and the daily candlesticks of MACD. After last week's bullish week, well, marginally for Bitcoin, going to need to see Bitcoin move back through the pivot sitting at 92.96 to support a run at the first major resistance level, sits at 95.17. We've seen plenty of resistance at 9,500, so going to need to see a broad-based crypto rally to break out from last week's highs that were sitting at 94.97. So barring extended crypto breakout, that resistance at 9,500 could cap any upside in the week. Failure to break back through the pivot, and we're going to see that first major support level sitting at 19.95 come into play. Barring extended sell-off through the week, should see Bitcoin avoid the 23.6% fib at 8,900. And the second major support level that sits at 8875. So for the week, key will be a breakout from the pivot through to 9,500s to deliver another upside in the week. If we're looking at the MACDs and the EMAs, we're seeing the 50 and the 100 and 200 narrow marginally, suggesting a possible bearish start to the week. We're also seeing a narrowing of the MACD bullish histograms. So that failure to break out through to 9,500 will pressure Bitcoin. So keep an eye on the MACDs and the moving averages and that pivot level that sits at 92.96. Still looking at the daily candlestick, if we have a look at the trend analysis, we've got that bullish trend formed back in mid-March. Bitcoin's really going to need to break out through 97.95s, which is that first key resistance level, to support a run back through to 10,398 to support that bullish trend. A breakdown through to the 23.6% fib would bring the first key support level sitting at 88.55s into play. A breakdown through there and we're looking at 86.20, which would then signal a bullish trend reversal. So following last week's breakout for the broader market, could be a pivotal point this week, so keep an eye on the pivot and that trend. Moving across to Cardano's ADA against the dollar and the daily candlesticks. Bullish start to the week once more. Gonna need to see Cardano's ADA avoid the pivot at 121 to support a run at this first major resistance level, so it's at 1468. Gonna need to see support from the broader market to break out from last week's high that was at 14.087. Barring extended crypto rally, should see that first major resistance cap any upside. In the event of another breakout, we've got the 38.2% fib sitting at 16s and the second major resistance level that sits at 1667 to limit any further upside. Fall through that pivot and we've got the first major support level sitting at 0.1012. Barring extended sell-off, should see Cardano's ADA avoid sub 0.1s in the week. Looking at the MACDs and the EMA, we're seeing the 50 EMA move diverge away from the 100 and 200 marginally, suggesting another breakout week for Cardano's ADA. Slight narrowing on the bullish histograms for the MACD, but nothing to suggest a sell-off just yet. So avoiding a pullback through the pivot will be key for the week. Having a look at the trend analysis, bullish trend formed back in mid-March. Going to need to see that breakout through last week's high, which is now the first key resistance level sitting at 1409 to support that near-term bullish trend. A breakdown through the 23.6% fib to sub-9s would then bring the first key support level sitting at 7.2s. And then a breakdown through there and we're going to see a bullish trend reversal. So avoiding sub-9s in the week will be key. And while we expect plenty of resistance on the way through to 16s, a breakout through the second major resistance level could be on the cards should we see that bullish trend maintain through the week following 4 consecutive weekly gains.